That was out loud.
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummy Thursday Night Live.
We made it.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Thursday.
Cheers,
Thursdays, boys.
Woo!
And to you.
Best day of the week for us.
Especially when it's a peated night.
Oh my gosh.
It
You
is
know
a
what?
peated night.
I was actually doing a count today in Mr. Wheelhouse. We've done more King of the Hill peated than we have anything.
Because the peated category is the best category. So they're just so easy to get and they're just so fun to do. You just do more.
I think
Right?
if you've been paying somebody to buy the extra peated bottle, you've been buying the bottles.
Probably.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it wasn't out of my pocket, so,
I know.
yeah.
No.
Let's say hi to everybody that's on right now. I see a couple of people. Trooper Henry was in here early. I saw a picture of him getting ready to do some work this week. I don't know what he was
Work?
up to, but it's good to see him. And Bobby J, man, where have you been, buddy? We all need to take a guess
We
at what
miss seeing
aisle
the
you're in
aisles.
tonight, you know? Yeah, we miss you on the pre and post shows and whatnot, so maybe we'll catch you on the post tonight. Tom R.
Tamar.
Imagine that.
Man, I don't know him.
You know what? I'm
Is it
surprised
news?
he didn't do.
He needs to do like hi from Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
He's not watching from Facebook?
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
jeez.
He'll
Our
get
one
there.
Facebook
He'll get
subscriber.
there.
Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Trooper.
see
Steve A.
Steve.
Just
Here we
in
go.
time.
All right.
There we go.
All right, people are
Hello.
coming on.
Kim's
Everybody's
in.
coming on. We've got a good show tonight.
Tom's getting some fuzzy video. That's that Chicago download speed.
Ball Minions in.
Evening
Jose.
with folk.
Jose's in?
Everyone.
Ahoy.
Could be the cast strength he's drinking, he says.
Yeah, it could be.
It's good. It's good.
Old man Scotch.
Oh man, it's got.
We know what he's drinking.
Pierre from Quebec.
Who doesn't want to show
Ugh.
his bunker?
This is pretty good. This is from the pre-show earlier for the patrons. Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't see it.
I
Here we
gotta
go.
say, I don't know, Kim, where you're getting Tom Cruise from because I do not see it.
I don't
But-
either.
I'm
We'll
thinking
go
like
with it for now.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah,
Bill Murray.
I think Matthew McConaughey for me, I think would be the prep.
Matthew McConaughey. Maybe.
All right.
Oh, man.
I don't know about all
But
that.
we do have a good show put
Oh, we got a
tonight.
new face. Hold on, what's this?
Jared?
Jared.
There we go.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Very cool. From
Unbelievable.
Texas. Little Texas whiskey, huh?
We'll take that. We'll take
Yeah, we've
that.
had some good Texas
There-
whiskey.
Together.
There we go.
Francois.
From Facebook.
There we
Oh,
go.
there he
Who
is.
dat?
There we go.
Hey,
Oh,
Teddy.
look.
Scotch on the bayou.
Scotch on the Bayou's in.
Uh-oh.
Getting her internet set up. And
And how about McGregor? It's good. And we saw him on the pre-show, man. He survived his trip to Scotland. Good to have you back.
Good to see him. Good to see him.
I don't know if I would
Dapper as ever. Boys, let's get to what's going on tonight.
What is going on?
Another King of the
to me.
Hill peated series, and I think we're going to do another live review,
Yes.
which was actually a lot of fun last week. We did it.
Yep,
we
we haven't
ended
done
up
one
ripping
in
it
a
and putting it
while.
into its video by itself, doing great. We're going to do the same thing tonight. We're not going to say what it is yet. We're going to surprise you in a bit.
It's pretty exciting.
But I'm excited about it because
We already smelled it.
You
Well, three
guys
of us
all-
did.
yeah.
well,
I
we
have
already read
seen
that, and I'm like, well, this is going to be a good bottle. This is going to be awesome. So I'm very excited about it. But the big hitters, the big Pete hitters are here tonight.
Right. So,
Oh, before we go, hold on.
it's the end of
Asterisk,
it.
asterisk.
Uh-oh. Confession time.
Oh, confession.
Do you have any confession music?
I have some confession. Hold on.
We gotta have some confession music here.
I messed up and I'm sorry.
That was
So-
disturbing confession music. Like,
so
what sort
for-
of confession do you have?
I think I need a drink.
So we did. Was it Coila 12? Was that?
It was
Yeah.
it was Colila 12 against Log 8.
Yes. And long story short, if you watched last week's live show, we talked about it. There was a mistake. We ended up going through it and proving it. Long story short, Lagavulin 8 was technically the winner of that one and not Coila. So it's here tonight
Right.
as the current king of the hill in the peated category.
The mix-up was a sticker from the previous fight that bottle had been in. So we don't use stickers anymore. We write down what we pour in a notepad over there, and I'll show the notepad when it's over. So there is no more mixing up and leftover stickers.
I think
No
the main
stickers
problem,
written down.
you and I were left to our own devices, and we were too inebriated to pull a sticker off the bottle. So, I mean,
That's
truth be
way
told,
too much to
I
ask
got the
for.
sticker on the bottle. What the
I
hell?
mean, our review was right.
So nevertheless, Log 8 is here representing against
Current
Laphroaig.
champ, Log 8. The contender tonight is Laphroaig Quarter Cask.
Now we know if you're into Islay stuff. I mean, Laphroaig has been around for a long time, but it's kind of more of that hospital media,
Ashy and charcoal.
medicine, medicinal is what I was going for. It's very much a different leg. But the quarter cask, if I remember correctly, was more vanilla focused from the peat.
Brings a lot more bourbon barrel.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen
influence,
here.
Or the
Yep.
Everyone
wood
says
influence.
you go 10 Hail Marys and a thank you.
Yes. May I have another? I got you.
I got you.
I'll do it later.
So what's different about this Laphroaig though? Because you're right when you say what Laphroaig. We all know when you say Laphroaig, you've got that instant, medicinal iodine Band-Aid, heavy hard punching. Laphroaig Quarter Cask is a little bit different.
Yeah, it's not age.
If Dr. Scotch were here, he could explain
You could.
the surface area.
Surface area to volume ratio of a quarter cask is much higher than the typical surface area of a regular bourbon cask. So therefore, you get more wood influence in fewer years in a quarter cask than you would in a normal. I mean, that's what he would say if Dr. Scott was here. So.
You're good friends with him.
You faked it pretty well.
So, yeah.
It's good.
Question for them: Why aren't we getting more quarter cask finishes from other distilleries?
Cost.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to handle. So a quarter cask, is it a quarter of the volume or is it a quarter of the size? So if it's roughly a quarter of the volume, you got to handle 4 times as many casks.
A lot
You got
more
to
work,
have
more
coopers
labor.
maintain all those, and you're like constantly dumping those casks to make these big blends of big batches. So, and they turn over fast. So
Been a long time since I've had a quarter cask.
It is.
And if I'm drawn from memory, I remember it being a sweeter Laphroaig. It was much more. It was cake batter. That's what's coming to my mind, and I haven't. It's been such a long time.
yeah. So when I first tried Laphroaig 10, I coined the term. It was like licking an iodine bottle that survived a house fire.
Right, and that's
That was
accurate.
that was Laphroaig 10. This is a better refined version.
Much
of that.
better.
Yeah.
Much more
Finished,
approachable.
Yeah, it's not
I
quite
agree.
as accurate.
I remember after we reviewed
we'll
it,
see, I
I
guess.
probably went through a couple bottles of it. I
We
was
got
just
the
like,
kick of it. Yeah, it was an
good.
interesting experience for sure.
All right.
But let's see how
do a
it
tail of the
how it yeah. Let's do a tail of the tape and bring it up and see how it handles
All
the
right.
fight tonight.
Let's pull them up.
So, do the contender. Eeny, meeny, miny.
I was hoping when he switched the thing over that Kalila would have been sitting there instead.
Awesome. Tail of the tape. Contender.
So 48% ABV for the quarter cask, non-age statement. This is our. I don't know if we have a perfect marriage of peat and oak, which we talked about with quarter cask, and that's why they do it. They try and sweeten up their new make and into a more approachable whiskey. But typically with non-age statement, especially somebody as strong as Laphroaig, the peat's can be really forward. I mean, it doesn't have time to waft off. It's just brand new. And same with the Lagavulin 8 at 48% ABV. So same alcohol proof and young Lagavulin.
Price points.
$65 a piece, basically. So they're very comparable.
Man, these ones are same thing.
They're actually perfect.
Matchups.
Matchups.
So
Yeah.
the tail of the tape says they're matched up evenly. The difference on this log 8 from the 16, obviously the age and the ABV is really the difference
Yeah.
on this log of 8 compared to the 16, which I would say is the most common bottle, right? So
At least on my bar.
Yeah. Probably pretty much on everybody's, but I know Justin, if he's in there, he's drinking the 12 tonight, which is probably the most expensive common.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's a higher ABV.
Yeah, 54, I think.
Yeah, it's
Good. And we get the
almost cask
Offerman.
strength.
Offerman's got 2, right? The Guinness and
Those are the
11-year-olds,
11s, yeah.
11-year-olds.
So bring the glasses over here and let's get into this fight. Now I pre-poured these a
At
little
least
over
an
an
hour
hour and a
ago,
half
yeah.
ago.
We gotta roll the
So
dice.
my vote tonight doesn't count. I'll still give my perceptions, my nose, palate, whatnot, what I think. But at the end of the day, I don't get to score the fight because we
Heads
can't have a
gold.
tie.
So the whiskey glass is heads. The heads is gold. See where it goes. It marked off.
Gold it is.
Gold. So we're starting with gold.
We're starting with the gold glass. All right.
Go ahead.
Have at it, Drew.
And your vote does not count tonight.
No.
Woo!
I get
No,
no
but you can
score.
talk.
I can
That's
talk about
that's
it.
not a 4-finger. That's like an
Is it peated?
8-finger pour.
Is it peat?
You can't fit an 8-finger pour in these little glasses.
So I'll tell you why the pours are heavy tonight, because when I poured one bottle, it was the end of it, and I couldn't not pour the same amount in the other glass because it would have given away which one was which. You guys would have been like, wow, this one's got a lot. You think I'm going to leave a dram or half a dram in a bottle? No. We're killing it.
All right, we get on the gold.
Surprisingly not a whole lot of peat. Like I would
No.
expect to get quite a bit. It's actually kind of light. I'm getting a lot of hay. I'm getting some some earth, I guess, mixed in with that. Not a whole
Any
lot. I
vanillas
need
or
some. I
honeys
need
or
some of the.
caramels? Oh.
No, I need some of the vapor to go
So
on something.
I get a little bit of peat. You kind of have to dig for it a little bit. You know, get
All
my
right.
nose there.
Yeah, man.
But it's got a very nice sweetness. I get a lot of vanilla sweet
Okay.
on the nose. But there is a little bit of peat underlying it, and I get a little bit of a grassy note.
Yeah,
But it's not as strong as I would have thought.
I got a quick floral note before it went straight into that grass. Yes, there's a real soft peatness. I think you guys have said that. I can't find anything else yet.
Floral and grass. Okay. That's what
I mean,
gotta
honestly,
dig for it.
It really, you do got to dig for it. I'm thinking water might need to open that up a little bit.
I think
It's
it's just too much
interesting.
in the glass.
You think it's just too much in the
Yeah,
glass? Take a couple
a
drinks.
volume issue,
I'm with you.
perhaps.
I'm with you. Somebody poured heavy tonight.
Yeah, see,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
There, I'm getting more of the good notes.
Yes, swirl it.
So wait a minute. So
I wish there was like a wheelhouse.
so the perception
icon.
was.
Can you put a button on your board that says wheelhouse?
I should do that. Yes.
Oh, he's already.
Look, he's
drinking.
go right. He's pulling a Sean.
He's been doing that the last couple weeks. He's not even waiting around. I usually get in trouble for that. I'm just saying.
There's some brown sugar in the nose.
It's got a lot of sweet.
That's very tasty. You're gonna go on nose, and I'm gonna have to sit here with this
No,
problem.
I'm. What
Go
are you talking
in.
about? Just go ahead and drink it.
Take your
I'm
nose
going
and take a
to,
sip.
but I want to
Pierre's
smell
making
this a
some
little bit
good comments. I like to see that because I want to see I want to see what you guys think. Who you think's going to win this fight? And I think Pierre, you summed up, your how you feel about it pretty accurate.
there's
And I can't
vanilla.
disagree with your take on it.
See, I'm starting to get vanilla, honey, some. Some.
I'm getting some vanilla in
Good
the
for you,
finish.
Christopher. I'm
Maybe
glad you
some
got a
nut,
chance
like,
to try it. Welcome to the wide
I
world of
guess-
Scotch.
It's always
pistachio.
fun when you start trying those
Pistachio.
those
Interesting.
bottles that everybody always talks
Right.
about, right? And you're like, "What's the big deal?" And then you try one that just is like, "Oh, that's what the big
Yeah,
deal is." I
pretty
got
damn
you.
good.
I got you. Where's all my money?
All right, Drew. What did you get out of the gold?
Got more punch in the palate than it does in the nose. I'll give you that.
for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just blows up. The
Wow.
flavor's rich. It's a balance of peatedness and sweet.
That's nice. Very, very well rounded from the sweet to the peat to the earth and wood. Some floral.
Really?
Herbal.
I see. Yeah, I
I
got.
don't know. Sean's thinking long and hard about this.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if it was just the first sip or not, but I got fruit punch on there, and I don't know where it came from.
Fruit punch.
Yeah, but I think it's just the sweetness.
Probably.
It had like a little fruity note, but I was like, I don't know what's going
Get the
on
cup.
here.
Is that not good? Not-
Car fruity. That's exactly right.
Was it
I
not
just
good?
wasn't expecting, like, you
Oh.
don't take a sip of peated scotch, you're like, oh, fruit punch, where'd you come from? My friend, I was looking for you.
Yeah, that is unique.
But it's got a very nice sweetness, and it rounds down the peat, so it's not quite so heavy and overbearing. But there's a nice peat punch to it, and it lingers for a while. I've got a nice, I wouldn't call it a strong finish, but it's like a nice medium finish. It's hanging out for a while, so it's got some legs to it. The fruit punch thing threw me off, so I'm gonna have to take another sip here in a little bit, and we'll see if we can get that to clear itself up.
They're both 48.
Yes.
Is that right? 48.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, the nose still is not really showing up, even though
No.
we pulled some liquid out of the lit glass.
The nose
So-
is light.
My nose before I took a sip there, I actually was getting that hay, but it was a wet hay. You ever been like in a wet barn that's got hay that's still wet? There's a different smell
Yeah.
to it. There is a little bit of fruitness going on there, and I maybe not quite fruit punch, but there was definitely something that was an outlier, right? So I had the main profile here, and it was matching the nose. I was getting a nice rich little bit of peat, and everything's great, and then all of a sudden this little fruity note over here, where I'm like,
Yeah.
where do you fit in? What are you doing? Where'd you come from?
Right?
Right? And how'd you know where you going?
It's like skipping through the barn, right?
right. Streaker.
Raspberry beret.
I'm getting some like
kitty
sweet chili sauce on the nose now.
See, I'm getting the sweetness and caramels in the initial palate as it builds. And when it hits the mid palate, then the peat kicks in, the pepperiness kicks in, it kind of tingles on the tongue and rolls back into a kind of a smooth, well balanced peated vanilla. That's my.
The late finish is starting to get cloying. It's
Man,
like
it's-
it's drying my mouth out.
It's got a great finish. Like it's very chewable.
Second sip was much better, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I still get like,
So
it's got sweet notes now, but I don't get any of the fruit really. Like maybe right up front, I thinking it's just the amount of sugar is like tricking my head into being like, are we eating fruit? What's going on here?
real late finish. You guys gonna kill me. I get water chestnuts. It's like
I can see that.
It's my mouth is drying out a little bit, and there's just I
Yeah.
don't want to say off-putting, but a very different finish from the palate. This is real late. I mean, we've gone all the way around here.
I got a little bit of marzipan, not gonna lie, on the finish. I'm not complaining about that one.
This is probably one of the longer finishes I've had for a while. Where you can sit there and just
chew
keeps
on it a little bit.
lingering and going. Yeah.
Let's add water to that.
All right,
Put
we're
some-
on to
Andrew, you put water on it, or Drew, you get some water on that.
I jumped ahead and got another girl into the.
Andrew's.
He's excited.
He is excited. It's fun.
So this one has a much nicer nose. I need to probably hit that nose again, make sure. But
I'm hoping the water opens that one up a little bit for the nose, because there really wasn't much on the nose for the gold.
the black has like. Oh, what is that? Fig. Some fig on the nose with some peated flavors. It's a kind of a sweet. I'm not getting barbecue kind of smoke. It's just a really like almost earthy, maybe a sweet earth peat on it. It smells really nice. I get a little, there's a little grape in the middle of it. It's a tough.
That's the grape. I was gonna say that it's got. I didn't get the fig so much, but I know what you're saying. It's almost like a coating or sorts or something on the nose. It's still technically very similar. It's not like overpowering on the nose, but there's definitely something going on. I think to me it is kind of like that bitter grape or green grape type of nose for me on the front.
You drinking? Did you drink too?
Oh, he hit
No, I
it
didn't
already.
drink. Did you
All
get
right.
it?
No, I didn't hit it.
Sean did. You
Sounds
know
like
it.
I can't let him show me up.
That's my move. You don't stop short on me.
Oh, boys.
All right.
That's like the big brother of the first one.
Oh boy.
That's got some legs to it, man.
To me, this
gonna let
one
you guys,
smells a little bit deeper, and dare I say, sherry note. There's some kind of red fruit
Yeah.
in there.
yeah. Maybe
well-
we're getting the grape out of it.
Yeah, I can see why you would say grape.
Just take a sip.
All right.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
First one's free.
See, now I'm getting some old like leather.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Much more bolder.
Yes.
There's much more to this dram.
And it just keeps going.
The finish is following the palate, and I think the palate followed the nose. I think this one is very true.
Yes.
There's no outliers. There's nothing that's coming out of the wild. Still got some tingle going on up in here.
My thought was, because I still had the first glass on my palate, like there was still some of the finish going on when I took a sip of that one, and the black glass just fills up your whole mouth, and
Give me another
like
hit
there's
of that.
just a lot going on, but it's all very well put together. The nose was still kind of soft. I'm hoping that as we drink a little bit more, that's
See, I'm getting more acrid on the finish of that. It's more of I'm getting more charcoal on the finish of that than I was on the first drink.
I would say I was gonna say creosote. It's
Yeah.
that has more of the charcoal creosote finish in the
Oh, yeah.
first
See, I'm
one
not
does.
getting the sweetness on that at all.
No.
That I would. The
I'm
nose,
with you.
the nose, I think is sweeter,
See,
but the finished palate is. It's
I get
very-
all the sweet hits me up front.
Yeah.
On the initial sip, and then as you go to the mid back palate and the finish, that's where it just kind of expands in that peat, creosote,
Yeah.
like charcoaly kind of flavor, just blows up in your mouth.
Yeah,
But
it's
it is a
almost
much more expansive, and I just get more. Like there's still some sweetness underlying it. Like on the finish, I'm still chewing on it. I mean, it's got a lot going on. It'll be fun with water too. It'll hold.
So, Yeah, let's take a timeout.
hold.
Let's,
It'll be
this is
good.
a halfway
It'll be
point.
good.
You know, this is the intermission TV timeout. You know, go refresh your,
I'll do it, 'cause I
your
remember.
glass. 2 rounds. We've got nose, palate, and knee.
Ooh.
Where do you stand on the fight?
So I was watching an old boxing video last night.
In preparation?
Well, you know how like old school, old timey boxers when they're doing the little dance around thing and they're not really throwing any punches, and then one guy just comes out and knocks the other dude down.
Right.
That's what this feels like.
Oh,
on this first
so-
one to me.
So black just came out.
Like gold to me, like gold was nice, and I enjoyed gold, and it was doing its little thing, right?
had tassels
And-
on its shorts.
Yeah,
and shit.
right. It was entertaining. I wasn't minding.
Really,
gold at all.
Mark?
And then
Really?
black came out, was just like, sit down. Let me show you how Pete's done, my friend. And
Right.
and that was
like Mike Tyson back in the day. He just came out in black shorts, right? The other guys came out with all this style, and Mike's just like towel, black shorts.
There you
Gonna
go.
fight.
I'm gonna need that belt.
There's a sweet bit up to that black now finish that I didn't have before.
See, it's interesting, unless you want to go.
No. I'm
So, gold for me is a better balanced whiskey. It's got a balance of sweet and peat in it that is, I think, better than the black. Black is it's a peated whiskey, and it'll come out and punch you in the face. But how many people like the whiskey punching in the face?
Usually you.
Yeah, but I like.
Yeah, isn't this wheelhouse? I mean,
I don't understand what's going on here today.
no.
I don't know. The charcoal hasn't hit me today.
I have. Here's my take. I think the nose and the black are actually. Yeah, I think the black and the nose was better, and I think
Yes.
the palate and the nose. So our palate so far was a little better. Not much
On black?
On black, but I will say. I think both of these are getting ready to really show the colors because the water, I think, is really going to open them up.
So I feel like black still has a lot to give with the water. The wild card is going to be gold. If we put water on that and it all of a sudden opens up and has a lot more to give on the
Yeah.
nose and the palate, and I'm very anxious because they're both 48, so they've got a little room to
should.
play with.
Honestly, I think the cards are very close.
I would agree. I think, to me, the black glass felt really tight. So water could do great things for that. Whereas the gold, it was ready to drink. I'm not sure water's going to do anything but dilute it. So we're going to see.
All right, we got a quick question here.
all right.
Let's read this. one.
Quick
Take a
question.
Do you feel that on the first sip, your notes are telling one thing that prepares you for the real flavor profile coming on the second, third taste? Just my thought.
Yeah,
It's a
Absolutely.
good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we go around a couple times. Because, yeah, it does.
And that's why we flip a coin, because honestly, it really does come down to which glass you taste first. Then, because your palate's already been, I don't want to say
Exposed?
predisposed to a dram, right?
I mean, honestly, I think the way we did it tonight would have been the way that I would have wanted to do it because
Right.
the gold glass had more like softer notes, and the black glass was just a bigger, like more mouth
Gold would have
coating.
never had a chance
and,
to
and
shoot.
it would have really shown poorly that way, I think.
Hi, Lana. It's good to see you, by the way. And Eric Wade, good to see you too, bro.
So the gold with water, the nose it's changed. It's better than it was as far as it's got more character, but it's
Is
still
it a stronger like aroma profile, or is it still
It's
just kind
got-
of like digging for it?
I'm not having to dig as much. There's more vanilla than there was before.
I was hoping that not only the water, but less contents in the glass might open it up a little bit, because they were big pours, and that does hurt the nose.
It does. I think I would agree. The gold is a little slightly better nose, but the palate is much better.
Palate's much better.
I'm getting a lot more wood influence, a lot more oakiness in it.
Wow.
It balances really well. Less sweet, more oakiness and peated.
Really?
Less sweet? I got more sweet.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean,
That water is a pretty big difference.
it is a big difference. The palate is, I think, much better. It's much richer.
Ooh, we got a new member.
Who's that?
Let's see.
Who's that guy?
Oh, man, Scotch.
Yes, thank you so much.
I've never heard that
Appreciate
guy before.
I know who that guy is.
He's going to have his own YouTube show.
He likes
here soon.
Glendronach,
He's
I
coming
think.
along, man.
He's a Glendronach.
He's
That's
on a
remake.
journey. That guy's
That's
on a
remake.
journey.
Uh-oh. Sean's not impressed.
So here's my thing about this glass,
Okay, it's
And-
down. Throw the cards out.
and I don't want to knock it that hard because it's enjoyable. Like if you poured me this glass, I would totally drink it. I wouldn't have any problem drinking this glass. But as we're comparing these two, and I'm thinking peated profile, and when I sip it, it's a lot of sweet. Like it's a
It
lot
really
of
is.
sweet, right? And I think there's definitely times when I would definitely be in the mood for this, especially if I wanted like a little bigger Scotch, but I didn't want to go full peat.
You didn't go all the way.
Well, to me, this has like those sugar notes really tame down the peat quite a bit and make it a lot more approachable. And I still get some of that peat profile, but the sweet notes are almost like taking it away from me. It's like a saccharine sweet that I'm not really.
You're right. It's almost fake sweet.
Yeah.
Now-
and that's.
This guy,
So hang on, let me finish up. The nose with water, I enjoyed it, but it almost the wet hay note that I was talking about came through almost like you put a fire out with wet hay, right? I was getting a little bit more of that. The palate, the late palate, early finish, all sugar. It's
right?
just sweet.
Right. It's that saccharine sweet he was talking about.
So you're not getting a peated finish on it?
No, it's.
I mean, there's
it
peatness
is.
in there, but it's just so much sugar on top of it. Now, the front palate was really enjoyable. I thought it was much bolder. I thought it opened up. It came out. It was like, hey, here I am. And the wood influence was there. I got that oakiness. But once I got into that late palate, early finish, it was just like I'd taken a teaspoon of
Right.
sugar.
It's good, but it's almost like they're trying to cover the peat up with sweet.
Yeah.
It's like it's
I
like
still
it's,
get a little bit of that.
it's like
fruity
you're
note.
having black coffee and you're
I
putting
still
something
get
in there
that
to make
fruity
it
note
less
in there, though,
bitter.
too.
You should try some of that.
Let's talk about the black. What'd you get on black?
So
Black Lives.
black on the nose was even better than it was before. It was definitely more smoky and peaty than I had before. But the palate, good lord, that thing it was up front.
Oh,
Like
wow.
real sugar, not saccharine sugar. It was real.
Oh, it's not fake sugar. It's real sugar.
but I mean, it was a nice rich sweet to it.
Yeah.
Rolled back into caramel, and it was balanced, and then the finish was. It's just a well-rounded front to back peat finish. Now, which one did I have that I was chewing on for the longest time? Was it the gold? Or was it the black? Because neither one of them I'm chewing on it anymore. Like it's a short finish now.
Yeah, I think the water shortened up the finish, but the flavors on both of them really, the water did.
It helped
Did
both.
help
I
both.
agree, it helped both.
Yeah.
But I actually think I preferred. I don't know because on the palate, the black I think is better with the water, but the finish was much longer and more enjoyable. Neat. That's just me. I mean, I still get some of the finish, but it's not nearly as big as it was.
Yeah.
Well, since my scorecard doesn't count here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. You guys can keep going on this if you're undecided, and I don't want this to make it
Don't
sound
score
like,
yet because you gotta
Yeah.
go before the last one.
You're last.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready.
Who's
So,
ready?
so
Yeah.
I haven't talked about the black yet.
Well,
And
before
with-
we do this, you should compare one more time because actually I think the nose
Say,
is better.
go around one more time.
So when I tasted the black with water, it brought down that ashiness, the charcoal that I didn't like as much. It brought up some of the sweetness, so it really balanced it out. I'm amazed at how much better black is with water. It balanced it. It made it a richer whiskey than it was before.
That smelling salts will do wonders, you know. A
Right.
little bit on your nose, you come out swinging.
So I have to say I think black may be pulling a little forward in the
little side by
Review.
side. Sean, talk me through it.
All right, Sean. How do
Alright.
you do it?
Fruity.
Gold is fruity.
Kind of. Honestly, now on the nose, I still.
The gold's gotten better on the nose, honestly.
I mean, if you
It's
handed
still a
me
fakeish
this
on
and
the
you were like,
sugar side.
"Here you go, here's an Islay," I'd be like, "No, it's not." Like, wait, let's get
Really?
out of here, man.
You're not even getting that.
No.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
On the
I mean,
nose.
you would say it's almost like a fake Islay.
I mean, I really have to dig for it. I get just a ton of like sugars and fruits on the nose. I
And
have
the black-
no idea
on the
why.
black one, or you getting
no,
on the
on no on the gold.
Yeah, but then what do you get on the black?
Black, I actually get hints of smoke. It's got a little bit of charcoal going on. There's a little bit of like an iodine-y, maybe sea spray kind of thing going on. But it's also got some nice sugar notes to it.
What the hell? Hold on, I gotta
So-
show this. Mark's water bottle looks like J-Lo's without the rhinestones.
Wow.
It says Scotch for Dummies.
It's got a Scotch for Dummies all around.
What you talking about?
And there's rhinestones on the back.
On the bottom.
All right, I'm gonna go first and get this
All right,
out of the
talk
way.
us
through it.
So, I mean, we pretty much said
I
everything.
got
I'm
to
gonna
do
keep
the
it
comparison
short.
while you do that.
You do that. I'm gonna say that honestly, they're before water. I thought they were really close. I think either one of them could have the edge. I do think that gold is trying harder than black is at that point. I think with the water, that try hard was even more apparent with gold because it was better, but it was like almost trying to make up for something. Like it wasn't really in the same feel as the black. I feel like the black was like, hey man, I'm an Islay. I'm here to play. I'm gonna taste good. And that's what it is. It's like it was perfectly balanced, even with the last sip with more water on there. It's just good. The only disappointing thing I will say, from an Islay peated perspective, is I lost that long finish that I was really appreciating at first.
Even on black.
Technically, it's still there, but not nearly like it was. And that's just your own preference with water or not, right? So you can play with that. But I'm going to give the edge to black in this one because I think overall it's just.
So it's an edge. You scoring this?
I'm going to score this one like 10 to 7.
That's not an
10
edge. That's
10
a
to black.
beatdown in boxing, bro.
10 to black.
That seems
7
right.
gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you got?
I didn't really think it was a match, to be honest with you. I liked the black better all the way around. And not that the gold was bad, it just didn't have, like, I come into these Islay matches, maybe it's because, I've been hanging out with you for too long, but, like, if you're going to do peat, you better bring some peat to the peat fight, right? Like, I don't want to hear about nothing else, right?
Right.
And gold had, it was like dancing around the edges, like, well, I'm going to bring out my peat in a little bit, but right now I got sugar. And the black was like, and that was it, right?
So is this a technical knockout in your terms?
Yeah, I think so, right? So I mean, I liked the nose better. I thought the nose was truer to the whiskey on black. I enjoyed it neat and with water. I thought it held its own on both.
Kind of worse, isn't it?
The gold, I thought, like it just had like that sweet stuff going on, neat and with water, and it just didn't hit me quite right tonight. So I'm going black on this. No question.
I think the key word so far, everything you said was great. It's the artificial piece. It's really just now, especially.
So mine didn't count, and it didn't matter anyway because this is already I was gonna say TKO. I mean black.
I'll just leave. Talk to you later.
Andrew, what you got?
So I will say that with water and over time, the gold turned into a bourbon for me. So
Down
Look who's
ghost.
here.
So you've got, I'm getting all or oakiness,
Me too, Ben.
new oak barrel and vanilla sweetness, and it's like, it lost its Islay peated punch.
Right?
Black all the way.
Why do I feel like I missed an opportunity to heckle Ben last night? I didn't make the show last night, Ben, but I heard you won by a smidge.
I think this is actually a really good point to say that it just depends on your profile.
So Lana would
There
take the
are-
gold tonight. And
There are sweet peats that I love.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with either one of these glasses. It just what we're doing is in the moment right now.
me the
It smells
tablet
like
over
a
there.
One of
bourbon.
our one of our favorite scotches ever was that solstice, and that
Oh,
was a port finished
man.
peated whiskey.
Yeah, that was a
And it
very
was
interesting
delicious.
bottle.
I still have dreams about that bottle. Can't get that one anymore.
All
Yeah.
right.
So you went with what?
I want black as well.
Okay, so
All right,
Mark, you
unanimous.
went black, right?
I did. Yeah, it was unanimous right there.
Black is what?
Lagavulin
8.
quarter cask is gold. Log 8 is black. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
All right,
Thank God.
there you go.
I would have died laughing if
See,
it were
the
the
funny
opposite.
thing is, for a long time, Laphroaig quarter cask was one of my favorite
It
peated
is a
whiskeys.
good dram. It's just when you compare it against this, it's
I
night and
remember
day.
it having more vanillas
I did too.
And
mixed
cake
with
batter.
that.
This is not an empty bottle. I mean, it's pretty full still.
Well, that's
so
a neck pour, but
that's all. That
no.
I mean,
It was an
Mark
old-
did
just
pour
open
a
it?
heavy pour, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
how
it's Brandon Ball.
Is it? Go on, finish it off there. I'll take this one.
you know how I can tell what's going to win? By how full that glass is when we get to the voting. That black one was pretty much empty.
Pretty much empty.
There's not much left on it. So
There you go.
retains
Man,
the
the finish
title
on the
tonight,
gold is
guys.
still okay.
Log
Yep.
8. Luckily, we have a new bottle of Log 8 en route because this one is.
It was a zebra.
It was
There's a
zebra.
little in there.
Let's show the zebra on the old dram cam.
So
Yeah.
Log 8 finished, and that's why the pour was kind of heavy. But anyway, Laphroaig
There's a
quarter
little bit in
cask,
there.
I kind of thought it was going to be a better fight than it was. It really
I did
honestly
too.
wasn't.
Let me see the black glass.
I
It wasn't
think
as close as I
honestly,
thought.
I think the very first go around, I think it actually was punching pretty well. I think it was after the second one it started to diminish, and then
So after the
It
first
went
bell,
down.
it went back to its corner and it's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I don't know.
So nice win for Log 8 again.
Absolutely.
Goodbye.
And it could have been. I mean, one thing we haven't really calculated. I don't want to get crazy here, but it could be the volume too, because we're not really giving it enough
We need bigger glasses.
bigger glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, we need the,
We need, like,
Just
the big
need to
glass.
we
drink
need the
more.
Taylor
That's
Milestone
what I hear.
glasses.
So
Maybe,
exactly, Eric. Down goes Frazier. Log 8 takes retains the belt. I don't know
Off we
what's
go.
what's up against it in the near future,
find
but
out.
we will find out. It is obviously the end of July, so we're coming up into August. We are going to introduce a new category here. It is going to be the X. I still think about it. That was the greatest. It's the ex-bourbon category that's just going to handle that middle of the road, no crazy finishes, maturations, ex-bourbon casks. There's a ton of them out there on the shelves. It's a pretty big
We
category.
should have hit it a long time ago. to do
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
like single cask Dalmores and spent barrels, stuff like that.
Yeah, that just like so. But here in the next couple months, we'll be rounding this out. We will be putting out a poll to the YouTube community for how we
Your vote
bring
counts.
back the. We're going to give up to one or two. I don't know how many bottles you can bring back. A bottle that's lost to get back in the fight, because at the end of this, the one bottle that's still standing is the one bottle to rule them all, and will be the Scotch for Dummies bottle of the year. So. That's
That's
for
gonna be
tonight.
interesting. But yeah,
We've got a pretty cool review. We're going to do a live review, which means I got to get up and hit the record button because this will go out there and get published. But excited about it because we've had this bottle for a little while now.
Yeah.
Just haven't got around to
It's
reviewing it.
flamboyant.
It
We
is
need 4 glasses,
flamboyant.
40 glasses, don't we?
And we,
Almost can't look directly at it.
we're
I'm
pretty
not even
big
gonna
fans
lie.
of Compass Box. John Glazer is, he's a genius. No Name 3 is the bottle tonight. We just opened it, haven't poured anything out of it. Obviously, we've loved a ton
When's
of
your
Compass
palate?
Boxes.
You just had a peated whiskey.
We've gone
Alrighty.
through No Name 1, we've gone through No Name 2. This is No Name 3. The bottle is much more flamboyant.
is this the latest one, or is there more?
No, this is
This
the
is
most
the third
current-
and final.
Yes, this is it. This
This
is
is it.
No Name.
So do they match the wax to the ink, or do they match the ink to the wax?
Dun,
Yes.
dun,
I
dun.
would. Yeah, that's actually a really good question.
I'm sure it's answered on the box somewhere.
I,
bet
can
it's
tell you,
not.
I can tell you this much: this was a hell of a lot more expensive to produce than the wax. So probably
Oh
this
yeah,
first,
for real.
right? Marketing is no cheap.
Because it's like they always
That's
do
like
such
3D
cool boxes,
color
man.
on it. It is.
Yeah.
It's like
iridescent,
hologramic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hologramic.
So this is just
Hologram.
die hex 45712B or something, you know.
Tell me about it. Talk to me. Andrew.
dye?
Well, hold
Right,
on, wait,
wax?
talk to you
No.
about it. We're
We-
gonna do
we
a
gotta do
review
the
on
review
it.
first.
What the hell's
You gotta
wrong
hit
with
the
you?
button.
Man, I want to get into this. All right, so I got to hit the button. I really like the compass that they stamped into the wax.
I do too.
It's on, I think it's
I'm
going on the
recording here.
glass.
Hit the record button up there.
I'm gonna hit the record button. You guys stand by, watch the live review. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Right.
Dun, dun,
Has he done this
dun.
before?
No,
I don't think he has.
he doesn't remember.
All right.
It's fine.
Are we
Are
recording?
we clean here? We got good desktop view.
Check 1,
Sure.
2. Check, check.
All right, guys, keep it clean, okay?
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Actually, is helpful.
That'll sync up the audio and everything.
And go.
We got bottles here. What's this?
Glasses.
We don't need that
Don't need
anymore.
that. We
Yeah,
got
get all this in
water.
the back. Get out of that out of there.
What's this? What's
Is
this
this
compass
mine?
box? Yeah, man.
See, you're seeing behind the scenes here.
Man, won't you throw me a coin?
Molly coins for everybody.
Giddy up. Ooh, we do got to do that. That's coming up too.
You got Molly Coin right there.
Okay.
So Lana's asking what's going on.
Who? What?
So
Wait,
we're
what's
getting
going
ready
on?
to do a live review of a bottle. What you're seeing is behind the scenes of what happens before every every review we do online.
That's it.
It's pretty much exactly what happens. We show up and go, who's talking?
All right, so yeah, all of our reviews that you've seen on our YouTube channel, this is how it's done. We're just doing it live with you right now. So as soon as we get done with it, I'll get up and hit the stop record.
And we'll get rid of the
continue.
comments so you guys
Yeah.
don't distract
Yeah,
us.
we're gonna turn the comments
We're gonna
off
turn
for
it
the
off
next
right now
couple minutes, so
because
you-
Mark will
we'll be
go,
back.
hey, I want to talk to
I'll be
someone.
reading those comments. I can't help it. So anyway,
All right, you guys ready?
I'm
Yep.
ready. Let's do this, guys.
In 3, 2, What's up, guys?
Hey guys,
Hey.
it is Scotch for Dummies.
4 guys on a Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase.
And we can't even say what the name of this is.
I don't know what the name
Because
is.
there's no name to it.
For the third time.
You just said it.
It's flamboyant.
Really?
though.
Compass box,
I mean,
baby.
it was just perfect. No
like-
name. 3.
3.
no name 3.
Third and final no name.
Here we
From
are.
what I hear.
What do we know about it? I know we've had 1 and 2, as well as Peat Monsters and a bunch of other compass boxes, and I think.
Well, what
we've
is
loved
it?
them
What
all.
is what is Compass Box?
Well, it's a blend. We know that much, but it's kind of a niche blend, really. It's a boutique blend. If I think
Yeah,
is
I think that's a
probably the
great
good
way to
of
describe it.
describing it.
Higher end specialty blends that are small batch
They're unique.
releases, right?
and they're definitely
for the
sought
most
after.
part.
Yeah. What's unique about Compass Box, though, they're really transparent. John Glazer is always pushing the edge against, the industry about what he can and can't do. He's done some pretty crazy things when it comes to that, but they're very transparent and tell you as much as they can about what's in the bottle on the label. So we can actually talk about what's in this.
Exactly. So this is 48.9% ABV, and clearly on the label, there's no. I don't have to go to a website for it anymore. It's like Laphroaig Distillery, 74.7%. Bowmore, 1.3%. Mortlock, 7.9%. Klangleash, 6%.
And then
Highland
Sprinkle.
Malt Blend,
Whatever that is.
0.5%.
And
So-
that's done by design because now we don't know the recipe and he can get away with doing that.
That's right.
It's a blended whiskey.
It's as
It
good
is
as
not
saying
a
like
blended malt.
it's like saying, hey, we've got 20-year-old Scotch single malts here, but we're gonna sprinkle in just a little bit of blend, and now it's a blend.
Right. Well, I mean, it was always a blend, but he couldn't tell you the exact recipe that's against the SWA.
Which I think is hilarious because it's not like every barrel is the same, right? Like you could tell me exactly what percentage of those whiskeys you put into a cask, and I could do the exact same
And not come up with
ratio, and it won't taste like
Right.
this.
So, a couple other things we know about Compass Box. We know that this is non-chill filtered. We know this is natural color.
Yep.
He's very anti-coloring. What was the ABV on it?
48.9.
Do we know the price?
We know he spent a bunch of money on the corks.
Yeah, the price was we've been sitting on this for a little while. Not exactly sure what the price is. Drew will get that, but let's get into it. Let's get into the nose,
Yep.
guys. Let's go around. Let's talk our way through this.
So we know that since we're in the 79% Laphroaig, is that what we're at? That we're,
Yeah.
We're looking at possibly a little peat.
Well, the
Involved.
no name is typically a peated, heavily
is a
peated,
peated.
and that's their design. But the way he balances them is really amazing.
All right, talk
So
to
I'm
me.
getting
Bruce.
I'm getting some
I'm seeing 140 to 160.
deep red fruits.
There's a sweetness under it.
Yep.
Burning leaves.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
this is fall.
That's your olfactory senses getting used to getting used to. It's fine, man. You get in there and get another nose.
See, I'm not getting like dry leaves kind of nose.
It's got all of those nice, like top line fruits and bottom vanillas. I get like
Yeah.
a base
There
vanilla.
is a lightness
It's like
to
quarter
it.
cask.
Yeah.
It's like Laphroaig quarter cask is in here because I'm getting the vanilla cake batter.
Are you getting the cake batter on that?
Yes.
So that's a
I'll agree with
sweetness.
that.
I want to say light, but I think it's actually alcohol vapor. But there is a lightness, a brightness to the
Correct.
nose.
Yeah, I think bright is a good.
It's
way
not
to
like a
describe it.
heavily overpeated like charcoal.
Yeah, it's not super creosote or anything like that.
No.
Ooh,
All
wow.
right. So any other notes before we go into the palate?
That is absolutely delicious.
We're hitting the palate.
Man, you were right in.
Holy cow!
Wow.
So it's
Hello.
What
it's
sorts
not.
of apples on the initial palate?
Sure.
Candied apples.
I get like, it's almost like an apple crumble or something like that because it's got some like I don't want to say grain notes because I don't want to make it sound like it's grainy,
No.
but like that
Oatmeal?
like a granola topping or
Yeah,
something.
oats,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
oats
It's
and
got like some
tapioca,
sweet
yeah.
and oats and then the apple's there, but it's like baked because it's not like super
Yeah, yeah,
juicy.
it's
It's like
cinnamon baked, yeah.
dehydrated a little bit, right? And
Yep.
it's got some cinnamon and spice.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
And the smoke is there too, and the peat, but they're not like expansive. It's all like kind of down the middle. It's almost a flavoring ingredient and a boundary for all the other things that I'm tasting.
Yeah, the smoke. There's definitely peatiness in there, and it's really well done. It pulls up about mid palate and then rolls into the finish, but doesn't overpower the sweetness. The sweetness kind of pulls along the edge. I'm not getting any pepperiness or hot ABV kind of kick on it. It's that sweet into the peat, and then it kind of rolls. And so,
Yeah, imagine you guys have had those like bacon wrapped figs, right?
oh yeah.
Imagine having a oatmeal cinnamon wrapped fig. That's kind of the meatiness, the substance of this is kind of like a fig, and then it's all about that earthy, smoky cinnamon oats on top, sweetness.
So I was surprised the first drink didn't punch me. I expected this thing to really knock me out, and it didn't. It was just like very subtle and came through, enjoyable. What I found more surprising was my nose after my first drink. I got a buttercream on it, and
Yeah.
now I'm getting like a salted meat, almost like a bacon underneath it all. It's this thing's evolving. It's changing right in front of me.
The second palate for me was much bolder in the peat.
Really?
It really punched in that.
Yeah,
that
it for sure does. And I got your smoked meats like pancetta or
Totally.
something on the
Yes.
Totally.
on the
Yes.
very back end because it's like briny, salty,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
got that like
Completely.
dehydrated
Yes.
meat thing going on. You're right though. The
Oily,
second
too.
sip was much more. It was like the first sip just kind of like coated everything and like prepared you for the second sip,
And then you go,
it took you to a different level.
This, as a chef, this should be right in your wheelhouse, man. There's so much
It's
going on.
It's
like
got
cooking.
a ton going on, but it's so well put together that nothing seems. And that's a mark of a really well put together whiskey to me. Is you've got a lot of interesting things going on, but they're harmonious, right? And so you never get anything that's like out of balance. They're supposed to be where they're at.
Talk us through it, man. Score this bad boy.
Not yet, man. We gotta put some water on it. Calm down.
we do need to get
calm
going,
I'm in
though.
love
yes.
with this thing.
It's-
I gotta be
it's
honest.
good.
There's no edge. There's no hard edge on the palate. I expect there to be,
It's
man,
tiny
it's
bit.
not to me. It's so approachable. It's just coming down. It's very easy to drink. I'm not getting this sharpness on it at all.
These sort of pepper in there.
The pepper hit me a little bit on the second sip. It was a little more expansive, but I still don't think it was like disjointed or like over the top. It's a really good
Man,
whiskey. Like,
warm
really,
fig
really good.
is all there right now in the water. Figgy.
Figgy.
So the thing I find unique about this is there's a brightness to this peated whiskey that is
Oatmeal.
unique. That fruitness, that fig,
Yep.
that brightness that is unique to. I just said that twice, but whatever. It's unique to this whiskey, and it does roll into a strong, heavily peated finish, and I kind of like that.
I get a little bit of a nutty note with the water.
It has a nutty note with it. It's got like an almondy thing going on.
Yep.
Wow, it's so much better with water. Holy moly! I didn't think it was gonna get much better than that. It's better.
Why? What about it's better?
It's more potent. Like it's got more flavor. The flavors that I liked before are even stronger now. Like so, I've got the fig is stronger. The oatmeal that you were talking about, it's totally there. It's as well, and the finish is even more earthy than I had before with the water.
Get more maltiness for sure.
I got a little bit of
The
that
wood
nut-
finish is coming out.
It's some candy apple too.
The
Yeah.
overpowering peat has dropped some.
It has, and it's. I don't want to say it's disjointed or anything, but it's not as. I could have sipped it all day neat. It had so much going on. To me, the water has just kind of separated just slightly the sweeter notes from the like smokier, and it's kind of like two different things going on. It's not quite messed it up or anything, but it's separated them a little bit. So I kind of want to give the water a little bit of a chance to kind of settle and see if it comes back together a little bit more. If it's just a matter of I just put water on it and it needs a chance to like chill out in the glass a minute.
I don't know that the water brought a nice, friendly, late palate, early finish cinnamon note to this that I think went well with the candy apple that I was getting. I mean, this thing really is. This is a fall dram to me.
I've got the finish to me now is like vanilla yogurt with cinnamon. It's got like a a mouth coating quality to it, and I like the vanilla notes, like a custardy quality.
gosh, that is so
but
what
it's
I'm getting
got,
right now.
But it's got that cinnamon note that's kind of hanging out on the top too, and it's nice. It's definitely opened up some layers with the water. It's a slight separation between the smoke and the sweet notes. So I'm waiting patiently.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
All right. Don't
All
rush
right,
me.
so no, you guys can take your time while I talk my way through this. I've enjoyed this whiskey neat and with water. I like the complexity of it. I think it brings a boldness, but yet it's approachable and soft on the palate too at the same time. I expected it to really knock me, and it didn't. I don't know if I liked it better with water or neat. I liked it both ways, to be honest with you. I really kind of like that water opening up that cinnamon finish note. This is a total fall dram for me. This is something that, this is Halloween, sitting around a campfire, and we're polishing this bad boy off. What was the price point on this?
Let's say 150.
Ooh, okay, not cheap.
That's not cheap. I'm not going to let the price point hurt my score. I'm saying this is a solid 3.5. I love this whiskey. I think I can drink this thing neat. I can drink it with water. I love the way it's approachable, and there's some evolution. So you've got that going. If you don't want that evolution, don't pour the water into it or whatnot. There's a lot going for it. I'm trying to find a chink in the armor. I never found the disjointness that you had, that you sort of mentioned. This is a solid 3.5 in my mind.
Go ahead. I'm still struggling with this a little bit.
Everything you said is spot on. I gotta tell you, this thing it's got a lot going on. It's evolving. I'm right there with you in the 3.5 so far. I'm trying to think about the price, etc., what I would do, what I pay for it, what's the justification for it. I mean, it's got everything I love about this. What I've already mentioned it, like the fig, bacon. I mean, all kinds of great stuff to it.
Is it worth the price? I'm from a profile already. Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay.
The price itself is kind of up there, but I mean, this is a special kind of bottle. I mean, you're not.
It is a special bottle, last of the no names.
Yep.
I gotta go with you 3.5 in this one. I just really enjoy this one. The ABV is great. The price is a little high, but damn, this is a fine bottle. Really good.
Talk me off the ledge, boys. When are you guys
I think you're right
For
there.
sure.
I think you're right there.
Tell me what you like.
So it did come back together for me, so I like that part.
Yep.
I feel like, and I may just be getting a little bit more used to the whiskey, so it's lost some of its complexity, or maybe the water has kind of tamed down some of the notes that I was really enjoying. To be honest, while I was sitting here, I was like, you know what? John Glaser probably put that at that specific ABV for a reason, and who am I to mess with this bottle?
Guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Because I really enjoyed it neat. I loved everything about it. In fact, I was sitting here going, this is probably a 4. It was
Put
that
some more
good.
whiskey on that.
Right? The water just, to me, not that it didn't hold up, it just lost some of that complexity that I was really enjoying, and lost some of the flavor profile that I was really craving on the neat. So it lost just a small step. I'm still going to give it a 3.5 because I think it's a really, really well done whiskey. And, $150, not everybody's going to be able to pull the trigger on that, but, limited edition, special release bottles like that, they cost a lot to make, and you're going to have to spend some money to get them. So I'm going to go with the 3.5 as well.
One thing's
Andrew?
for sure, John Glaser knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
John.
So I struggled with this glass because
Uh-oh.
it's unique. I've not gotten that vanilla yogurt. When you said that, it's like that initial palate is vanilla yogurt. It's weird. It's weird how it fits in there. But then it rolls into a vanilla cherry yogurt, and then it becomes all smoky and peaty. And so I was struggling. So do I like this, or is it weird for me? Is it off? And it's definitely not off, because this is the thing the reason I had to pass is I had to hit it a few times to see if that was a consistent flavor profile, or did the peat finish just blow everything out? And it didn't. So every time I retasted it, I got the vanilla, the custard yogurt, whatever, going into the cherries, into the peated finish. It did it well every time. So this is an exquisitely assembled bottle. I think it's really well done. Is it a 4?
Uh-oh.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
there we
Because-
go.
And the reason I say
Whoa.
that
He
is
doesn't
because,
give 4s often, y'all.
because I've not seen vanilla handle, that vanilla custard handle the peated well.
Shocked.
I am
Sip to
too.
sip.
I am
So
too.
I have to say, I don't know what he did. It's magic. It's magic.
Wow.
So I'm gonna
He's
give it a
right.
4. It's a great bottle.
I thought one of us was going to give it a
I
4
can't
just because. I mean,
remember
it is a
the
good
last
whiskey.
time Andrew gave a 4.
It's been a
long
especially on
time.
150.
Wow.
He's stingy
bottle.
about it.
Right.
I didn't even think about the price, which is
Well, and maybe
Wow.
it's hard. Sometimes you got to overlook it when
Yeah.
whiskey really is that
Yeah.
good. So, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 4. That's saying a lot. Not
3.625.
Compass Box doesn't hit it out of the park every time, but damn, they do hit a lot of home runs.
They do.
They do a good job.
and this
they
this
really
is
do.
one home run. Nice job, Mr. Glazier.
Yes.
Nice job.
Kudos to Compass Box. No Name 3. Home run.
Glad we got a glass.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
boys.
Cilantro.
Cheers. That is so good.
Son of a bitch.
How does
Wow.
he do that?
Like he took the medicinal out of Laphroaig and went. Mm-mm.
You know what? I think
I'll take care of
that Bamor added that sweetness and that caramel. The Mortlock added the maltiness to it. Klein Leash.
Well, you go down to your basement
I
and you
almost
pull out your
felt
barrels.
like I could taste
start
the Klein
blending.
Leash a little bit.
Pull
That's
these
good,
comments
man.
back up.
Good Lord,
Uh-oh.
let's see what's going on
gosh,
in the comments.
that's
Okay,
crazy.
guys, welcome back to the show. You guys have always been here.
Hopefully
we
we
kind of
weren't
left you
idiots,
to do
but-
that.
Yeah, we've been
there's
off for
probably
30
lots of
minutes.
good
So.
comments. And
Holy
we're
crap!
laughing, but-
Hold on.
What's that?
I was going to say, I saw something about
Ellen!
Red Lake.
Holy moly!
That's awesome.
Oh, Ellen, yeah, I
Frank,
like it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Ellen.
lord!
Hey, you know it's Frank's birthday
Today?
No, it was yesterday.
So
Ah,
they asked
Frank, I
what
missed it.
year is this? I don't have any idea what year this is.
we got to scroll up quite a bit.
How
It's
do
a
you
lot of
tell?
comments.
I don't know.
All right, so that was a great bottle, obviously.
Oh,
with
we
the
got a
4.
super chat.
What-
Missed that
what?
one. Thank you very much, George.
And Andrew,
Cheers.
Thank you, George.
I'm
We'll
out of
drink
whiskey.
to that. What could you
Pour
fill
some
up
more
instead
or
of
what?
that?
Gosh, that's.
Well, we're going to need 4 more bottles of that.
I'm stunned. at
Yeah,
how
that
good
bottle
that
was delicious. I'm
That's
scrolling
You know
through,
what?
guys.
Hang on. Whoa. I'm not gonna do that.
No, you got that other bottle.
There's
What
Oh
are you doing?
shit!
There's another bottle of drink.
Yeah,
Damn
we're gonna
right.
talk about that in a second. No
Peter
name
on the
next.
nose and the palate. Okay, that's fair, Kim. I won't disagree
Yeah.
with you on that.
All right, so
Rich,
yeah,
you're right about that.
Kim was tasting it before we went on.
Right.
So do you have other? Is she put other comments in?
Yeah, right.
I want to hear her.
There's a lot of
I
Compass
wanna-
Box fan
See,
people.
this is where. So after show, maybe all the patrons can come in and talk.
Yeah.
If they have this, I want to hear what
Martin
they're.
says he'd go for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have?
I mean, it really is
paper towels?
kind of.
That what?
If I hadn't
Paper
put
towels?
water on it, I would have been right there with you, Andrew. to
Wait,
be
wait,
honest
wait. What
with
did
you.
Tom say? He was giving me shit. So
Well, it's what he does. Yeah, that's true.
that's fair.
He gave it
See,
4.
99 pounds still in the UK.
Wow.
That's a good price.
That is a good price. Number 2 is all-time favorite. Number 3 is damn close. So we weren't off.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of
Here's-
people that
what's this
agree
one?
with. It's
Flamin'
greater
Heart,
than No
No Name
Name 2,
2.
Myths and Legends. Where does No Name 3 fit in there?
Hedonism. I don't know that belongs right there personally.
No.
That's interesting.
But you know what? Hedonism's funny because it's the one bottle that either people are really hot on it or they're not
Yeah.
at all. It's funny.
So wait, hang on. I don't recognize jazz and real hip hop. Welcome to the show, and really appreciate the comment, man. This is good stuff.
Artist
It's actually,
Artist
you
blend is-
obviously know your stuff. That's
Shit,
a lot
look
of.
at all those.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I respect
Juvenile,
this.
Spaniard.
Good for
Spaniard.
you. Cheers.
We've had all those. Those are good bottles.
Yeah.
And that.
That's a
Mandarin-
really interesting. So Flaming Heart above No Name 2. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Man,
Cool.
everybody's palate's different,
Yep.
brother.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
What hits you on that day?
And they
Exactly. Bob H,
they
where
try
you
to put
been?
something out for everybody.
Where
No,
have
he
you been?
texted. He texted us early.
Oh, I
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
see it. I didn't. I'm like,
He's late.
phone's way over there. He's probably
It's-
putting bacon on a fire somewhere.
Yeah.
No Name 2 is special.
Oh,
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. So awesome
Yeah.
show, boys. That was fun. Fun stuff.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you guys
man.
want to open that other one
Should
real
we
quick to
s-
close?
Look
should
who
we do
you're
it?
talking
is,
to.
Is Ben still
Is
on?
Ben, are you still on? Text if you are, because we're getting
Somebody
ready
see if
to.
Ben's on.
paper towels, please. We got to get this peat out of this glass.
Oh my gosh, right? This is
All
gonna be
right,
a
so
special brand.
we talked ourselves into this one, Ben. If you're still on, you guys can see this bottle. This is the latest one. It is a 4.293, a cunning combo, 19-year-old. We pulled the trigger on this last weekend, and it showed up. So it's here this Thursday. I actually watched Scott do a 5-minute review on SMWS website, and
And he looked like he enjoyed it.
I think he had to go clean himself up afterwards because he said "cherry bomb" about 500 times on that video, which just got me more excited. So here we
I feel
are.
like Scott's gonna have to go see HR tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like we have to see HR tomorrow.
I don't gotta go.
I don't have to see HR tomorrow.
This is their deep, rich and dried fruits. 19-year-old. It's a Highland Park, guys. It's a Highland Park that is initial cask in ex Oloroso butts, I think for 17 years, and then for the last 2 years it was put in a ex Oloroso butt.
I feel like you're still talking and not pouring. What's going
I
on
got
there?
this.
What are you doing?
So anyway,
You can talk after you
So
pour.
there's a
dude.
lot of people are looking forward to this. I can tell you right now, based on what we saw
talk to me,
from
guys.
Ben and
You ready?
No, I'm not.
Scott, this bottle is going to be.
Oh, look how that looks
Look how
beautiful.
dark it is.
So
Why are you pouring such little pours? What are you doing?
last
You
week
pour
when
more?
this bottle was released
Yeah.
by the SMWS, it's just outside of my personal price point. I was like, man, that one's. But it's not for a Scotch for Dummies for all 4 of us getting this bottle. So
Oh my god.
Ow.
Hey, you know what? For all you lovers out there,
Oh my gosh.
we're gonna give away a dram.
Yep.
Holy cow.
I mean, owls will have to bring it, but. Woo!
Let's do this.
Yeah, that's
what
better
do you guys
than-
want to call it? Bomb?
Bomb. Totally bomb.
may I?
No, not bomb. How about S bomb?
Yeah.
F-bomb.
S bomb.
Oh,
That is
That
hot,
works too, I
too.
guess.
What is the ABV on that?
Yeah. So
58
this is
something.
58.9, but
Dear
I mean, this
Lord.
just smells like a cherry cough drop.
It's got
But
like
it's not fake.
plum and fig and like all kinds of deep.
Gotta
red
have pound sign,
fruits
guys.
in it.
Pound S bomb.
And like dried leather on top of all that fruitness.
For
Yeah.
real.
Look at this.
Oof.
Look at the color of that. I guess it could have.
Pipe tobacco? You get pipe
I
tobacco?
love pipe tobacco.
Woo!
Okay, guys. I think this is like $345 on SMW.
Woo! I wanna do-
That's pricey for my wallet. And
Holy.
Not speaking-
I took a
Shit.
tiny sip of this, and it like the flavors blow up.
I can tell you, Scott is a kindred spirit. He's a sherry bomb lover. I mean,
What
Scott,
is it? 51?
if Scott says he loves the
58,
sherry bomb,
9.
I'm gonna love. He literally was all over this on his little review.
Oh my god, that's so good.
So here's the thing about sherry bombs. There's sherry bombs and there's sherry bombs. And sometimes sherry bombs are over sherried to me, and
You've
I
said this
don't
before.
care for them.
Yeah, because they get
This
tannin.
is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, because you can get
It
into
is
tannin.
wonderful.
Wow.
This is first sip of 4. There's no way that this gets
I'm gonna
any
tell you right
worse.
now. If you're not putting pound S bomb in your chat right now, you're missing out.
How many people
on a
do we have
golden
in this?
opportunity. 73 are watching right now.
We got
We've
19
people.
You guys need to.
You need
to
to
do
log
this.
into YouTube. Dude.
That's
It'll do
delicious.
That, but you need to.
I'm about to
I haven't
log
tried it.
in to try and win another
You're
dram
gonna
of
get
this.
a 2 ounce of that. A 2 ounce pour.
There's a sugar softness that comes in with a chocolate note on the back end.
I can tell you right now, I'll sit down and put down this whole bottle.
I'll tell you what, this
Holy
bottle deserves
cow.
a reach around. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is really that good.
I'm gonna
Whiskey is for sharing.
Put, I'm gonna put a drop of water. You're sharing
This
too
is a
much.
sharing dram you want to share because
Mark,
it
Mark
is.
you're sharing too much, but okay.
You
He
kidding
is.
me?
That's
This
okay.
is.
Dude, this is gonna be better with water. You gotta put water. It's gotta.
Yeah, I'll get to water.
No.
You know what? You know what
I'll
though?
put water on my second dram.
You know what? Honestly,
No, it's gonna be better with water.
as high the ABV that it is, it doesn't taste.
It
that
doesn't
taste
punch
it
the
at
shit out of you.
all.
No,
it
it
does
doesn't.
not. No, I would. If you poured this blind for me, I would say it was probably like 48.
Yeah.
It's not got the punch.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say 50.
No.
It's
my God.
super soft.
So let's talk about that though. So Highland Park, not
Mark,
known
HR
for
is
being
calling.
heavily peated, right? It's a heathery peat. It's a much lower phenol.
It's a different peat.
Yeah.
It's a different
The
peat.
sherry is the
But-
dominant.
19 years in Oloroso butts, and when they, swapped it out after 17 years into that second fill XL, was that a rejuvenation or is it that last kickover? I don't know.
I feel like it was like
Bobby's thing
just
is already sold out.
just
Sold
chill out and.
Yeah,
Oh
so
well, then you definitely want to put pound S bomb.
You better put it as pound as bomb as many times as you can.
George Kaplan, that's damn nice of you. Expecting a delivery one, so
30,
he's not going to try and win
33
one.
people out of 76. Seriously?
George, you're gonna
People,
love it.
people,
You're gonna love it.
Get in the chat right now and do this because you might have a chance to get your own dram of this.
Maybe hit a like while you're there.
Sean,
Yeah,
Pete
everybody hit
says
the damn
HR's
like
calling.
button
I hope
right
they
now.
fire me. I'm done.
God, the Quinn on there.
You're welcome.
So,
Thanks, Tom. Man, Tom's got my back this time.
all right. Did you put water on it?
I did. And it just gets better.
I don't know how it gets better.
Well, because the sweetness comes up.
I don't know how the sweetness comes up.
It does.
I don't understand.
Yeah, so I would say I would argue this is not a Highland Park.
No,
This is a sherry bomb.
You wouldn't know this was Highland Park
No.
at all.
no.
But the Highland
Oh my
Park
God.
Chocolate.
peat note still comes through. There's still a wee bit of it there. There's an
Yeah.
edginess of it.
Little bit.
It's like an edge on top of the like dried leather and stuff like that.
Only
There's
because
like
you
a
know it's
smoky
in there,
note.
right? Though I mean, you wouldn't know it otherwise.
I would think if I didn't know this was Highland Park, I would just equate it to like one of those deep, rich flavors. I wouldn't think of it as
note
peat.
on the
So for
frickin'
those that
late
just
finish.
joined, what are we drinking here?
This is SMWS 4.293, a cunning combo. It's a 19-year-old Highland Park. I can say that because it's our channel. And it's been finished in, 2 different Oloroso butts. So 17 years in X Oloroso butt, and then 2 years in a second fill X Oloroso butt. So
Only 40 people in the chat. Huh?
19-year Highland Park that is a sherry bomb to boot, honestly.
It's delicious.
It's, I just was informed in the chat, it's sold out on SMWS. I didn't think it would sell out quite that fast because it's $345, but you know what? For those however many lucky people
Well,
that got it.
Let's do it.
So
Good for
Sean,
them.
Sean was saying there's still 49 left. So
You guys
Okay.
ready?
let's draw it.
Let's do it.
So, hey, here you guys go.
I hope
This
it's me.
is it. Who's getting a 2-ounce pour of this bad boy from the Owls?
Man, it's
You're
so
gonna love it. Dave?
Oh, nice.
David, are you there?
So David,
There you
David
go.
has
Dave?
to be here.
David, are you there? Chime in, say yes, 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 I'm here.
and then send us an email to scotchfordummies@gmail.com with your mailing address so we can give it to the owl.
Hey, James, sorry you're late. You missed it. David, yeah, we need an email from you, scotchfordummies@gmail.com with somewhere for the owl to drop this off.
Can you put the
We're
Scotch-
And-
congratulations.
I'm just going
choices.
to ask you to follow up with us once you drink
Look at
it.
Bob H. Bob H says we need a second winner.
Because
I'm not sure we
I
need a
want to know
second
what
winner.
you think about it, David. I really do.
Bobby, you just need to come to Indiana.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to. I'm
You know where to go.
not sure I want to share this too much.
So
There you go.
the story behind it is last Thursday I came down, we were talking about the release. There's a sister cask. And I was like, this is the one I was interested in. But man, it's expensive. And these guys were like, well, get it on Scotch for Dummies.
And
I
you were
literally
like, I don't have my card. And I'm like, I got my
So I was
card.
like, I got mine. So I pulled on my phone, boop, 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 told his card, and in a matter of like 60 seconds, I'm like, all right, we're getting it. It showed up.
We're the
3
proud
days
owner
ago,
of this delicious
There he
badass.
is.
And
This is
All right, dude.
delicious.
Congrats, man.
Very
Make
nice.
sure you email us.
That's a big win.
big win. I think you're going to love this. Really want to hear what you have to say about it once you do have it.
Yep. Once you get it, email us back.
I'm sure that at pre-show or post-show patrons, we'll be talking to you guys about this a little bit. And who knows, maybe we can do another one of these giveaways for our patrons
yeah.
in the post-show. But we are 10 minutes over. You guys, we had a really good fight. I was a little
a very
disappointed
good
in
fight.
quarter cast.
I thought so too. I thought it was gonna.
I
It
thought
did
it would.
okay.
I thought it would hold its own a little more.
I'm stunned. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted more of a fight. But
But that no name.
Right. No Name was
Delicious.
get it if you find it. On the King of the Hill series, we've got a new category coming up, the ex-bourbon category. Keep an eye out for that. We're going to start talking about end of King of the Hill and how you guys can be a part of that. Shit, guys, this is a good bottle.
Good bottle.
Right?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Where's yours?
See you guys next time.
Love y'all.
Thanks, guys.
3, 2, 1.